Hi, welcome, Professor Kev Show. As you can see, I got my friend Adel with us, and he's from Dr. Interested. Good afternoon, my friend. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
So, before we talk about Dr. Interested, tell me a little bit about yourself as a person.
Yep. So my name is Adel. I am in grade 11 right now in the IBDP program in Mississauga, Ontario, so in Canada. And as a person, I love to play tennis. I love to read, and especially just taking time away from my screen, from work, from schoolwork, and just like going out for a walk or going for a run and reconnecting with nature. I know I like always loved the medical field early on, as I got into that super early. And so I've always loved doing research and just reading all the amazing things that are happening in that field right now. So whether that's like working with people from different countries and just reading different articles that are happening, working on like combining those articles into literature reviews and also just generally talking with my friends about every topic that they're interested in and those sort of things.
So, talk to me a little bit about Dr. Interested. Tell us a little bit about what it is and what opportunity did you see? Why did you start it?
Yep. So Dr. Interested is a organization that I had started when I was 14. And we're working basically in the education area, and we're trying to make that sort of change in education and get that access into the medical field very early on for youth that are equity deserving. Basically, youth that haven't had the opportunity or the access to that sort of education, to that exposure to the field. And we're trying to get them involved early on. We're trying to give them the resources they need and so what we usually say is that we're working on SDG 4, which is the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, which are a set of goals that we want to reach by 2030 to have a better world for everyone. And SDG 4 specifically is on education. And that is one of the bigger topics that the UN wants to improve on. They want to improve that access to education and that just the quality of education that we're receiving. And so working on that SDG is our way of kind of showing everyone that we're working on education and that we're working to improve education across the world where we operate in 60 countries right now. So in all those countries, we try to engage the medical students that live in those countries to work with the high school students and to mentor them, to teach them about the medical field. We work with doctors, psychologists. Very recently, we had come to our psychology conference where he talked about mental health, where he talked about social media's impacts on mental health, about your phone's impact on your health. And then the youth got the chance to ask questions about how it is like to be in that field, how they can get involved early on. And like the youth that usually don't have these opportunities, we give them the opportunities to come and ask questions and to learn.
So, tell me about the experience so far. How's it been going?
Yep. So when I started it, our goal was if we could make a difference in one person's life, it would be worth it. If we could help them, one person gain that access they needed to gain the knowledge they needed, it would be a worthwhile endeavor. And I know about in December, we made our 6 month report of how well it has been going. We've been running for 6 months, what's good, what's working. And I was surprised looking back at the numbers. I did not expect it to be that high. By that point, we had impacted, I think it was 55,000 youth, and we had like our marketing had reached over 300,000. Our website had this many and that many, and I was not expecting it to scale at that level. And so it's been going very surprisingly for me. Like I did not expect it to scale that quickly, and it's really a very big demand for that sort of area of like that education. It's very necessary in what we have right now. And so it's been going very well. We've had lots of youth come in and afterwards, you always get to hear about how much they love the event or even things that we can improve on. And like all of it's super helpful for us to like improve our events. And we get to actually have that connection with the youth who are about like anywhere in high school, 14 to 18 is where we work. And we get to have them come in, we talk with them, and we see what they see from their perspective. And so it's been really nice.
So, it's crystal ball time, my friend. What's the future hold for your idea?
For my idea, the future is going to be scaling it up even more. There are 4 million youth just in Canada alone. And I believe the stat was that approximately 2 million of those 4 million don't have access to that primary person in a career they want to go to. So if they want to be an engineer, they don't have access to an engineer. If they want to be a doctor, they don't have access to a doctor. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to solve that early on. And so the real idea is to scale. We already work internationally, but we are nowhere near impacting every youth that we could be, and we're nowhere near giving every youth the opportunities that they deserve. And so for us, the next steps are going to be kind of scaling our initiative. And really, we see this like need for the youth to have this access to education. And so we know that once we have that ability to scale, we know that they'll participate and we'll build a bigger community and get more people involved with everything that we're doing.
So what's the best way for people to reach out to you if they want to learn more about your idea, my friend?
Yes, so we are on Instagram at dr.interested. We also have our website, which is drinterested.org, and you can get on to any of those two, and from there you can see our events that are currently running. You'll also probably be able to find me through there, and if you want to connect one-on-one and talk about what you think, I'm always open to hearing different people's ideas, and it's really a lot of the way we've worked, a lot of our events have come from hearing people's perspectives. A lot of people have different perspectives. I know someone came in a semester when midterms were going on, finals were going on, and they were stressed. They felt burnt out, and we had created a webinar on burnout. We got speakers from Kids Help Phone. We got funding from the Hershey's Company, and we created what resources we saw they needed. And so, if you want to get involved, come reach out to us, message us on Instagram, email us, and we're always open to listening.
Awesome. I appreciate you taking a few minutes to call into the show. And as always, thanks for being my friend.
Yes, it was amazing being here. Thank you, Professor.
You're welcome.